Hi everybody, today I'm going to be doing a bit that's called Questions from England, and they're just, it's just a question segment which involves questions that have to do with people from England and Britain. So to start things off, the question is, what do I think of Yorkshire pudding? Well, I've seen it being made, but I haven't tasted it, and what I know about it is that it's a traditional thing that goes with a roast meal, and usually I think it's like roast beef, so I like it because, you know, it's something that is strictly British, and it's something that British people have come up with, and it just reminds me of like dumplings in a stew, because you know, for some countries that's like a traditional meal, you know, it's like stew with dumplings. So roast with Yorkshire pudding, it really like looks like a nice thing, you know, and I've seen it being made, and I think it gets made in like a dish that's like for small cakes or something, and it's got several in one like thing. And what when I've seen it made, I like it when it goes into the oil, and then it just like kind of like expands straight away. So that's the cool thing about it. So that's pretty much what I think about it. It's a great thing. It's something that I'd like to try one day, and yeah, good on the Brits for having something that is known to be from that country, because every country has traditional foods or traditional cuisine, and I've always known that to be part of the cuisine of the Brits. What do I think of the wedding between the Duke and the Duchess of Cambridge? Well, I watched it because I watched the whole thing because I really just wanted to see what she wore, the Duchess of Cambridge, and yeah, I just wanted to see what everyone else was wearing too. So yeah, I really liked all the fashion that, you know, everyone was wearing. Obviously it was a great occasion, and so, you know, no one would be going in rags, and yeah, I actually liked what the people wore to the wedding better than what the Duchess of Cambridge wore, and it's just because like I liked the crisp like whiteness of the gown that she wore, but I really just thought that it was so plain, and even her veil and everything like that, I just thought that it was for the magnitude of the occasion, I just thought that it wasn't like, you know, something, I thought it wasn't up to scratch, but I respect the fact that, you know, it was her big day, so she chose something that she liked, and you know, which is what counts the most. And so yeah, that was my thoughts of that. And as for the Duke of Cambridge, like, I didn't like what he wore one bit. It was military clothes, and I thought, well, you know, he could have worn that any day, but it was like his wedding day, and I thought that he really was thinking about honouring the monarchy rather than honouring his wife, and perhaps he could have put on the military garments that he wore after the actual wedding, because I just think that he should have given extra thought to what the occasion actually was, instead of just being in a set way of doing things, because people are only supposed to have one wedding day, so that was pretty much it. And also there was a man who did a talk at the wedding. He was a priest of some sort, and I think he was a Negro priest, but what he said was the things that he was saying had actually nothing to do with proper things that are said at a wedding. And I thought that he kind of just wanted the spotlight to be on him, so what he actually said became inappropriate. And then further to that, I know it's kind of like an English tradition also, but there was some people singing, choir singing, and I didn't like that at all either. And I just think that I'm happy that that was the way that they wanted it to be, because obviously it was their wedding. But for me, there was just too much of the thinking about what was traditional instead of the actual meaning behind how much of a spectacular occasion it was. And that's for anybody, and because it was the British monarchy, I mean, that's when people can go all out, but it didn't seem to me like they did. What is my favourite thing about Brits? Well, my favourite thing about British people really is just their solidarity as a people. They had a lengthy history, and one of the oldest around. And even though it hasn't been for other people who aren't British, it hasn't been a glamorous history, people aren't pleased with some of the things that British people have done. However, and even I've been of that opinion at times in my life, but the fact is that British people, they're proud of who they are. They stand behind their people of their country, no matter what. And they really are patriotic people. And I mean, to me it just shows that through thick and thin, they still back up whatever their country does, and it takes a lot to do that, particularly when there's a whole lot of people that don't like that. So that's something that I like about the Brits, is that they just they're there for their country, and that is something that can't always be said about everyone from every other country. If I could have one thing from Britain, what would it be? Well, I've seen on, obviously I've seen on the telly that there's, at the British seaside, there's those huts, there's colourful huts and beach goers, you know, when they're at the beach, they sit in those like huts, and one thing that I would like is one of those, but a small one, and I'd like it to be like made of gold, you know. So that's one thing that I'd like from Britain if I could have it. How does someone be better to someone else? Well, if you want to be better to someone else or good to someone else, where it actually comes from is that you have to like want to be that way. You have to want to be good to others. That's really like the source of it. And if you genuinely want to be good to others, then like, and you feel that way, then whatever you can do, you'll start to like know these things, like what you can do for other people. You know, it will make you be like a kind person, you know, because you're thinking of what you can do for others instead of just what you can do for yourself, you know. And really it's the fact that a lot of people only think about themselves that you know, has made the world into the terrible place that it can be sometimes, you know, because people are selfish and that they don't think of others at all, you know, even to the point sometimes where they become like cruel, you know. But if you can just want and actually feel that you want to do good for others, then you'll see all sorts of ways that it can happen, you know. And this can just be anything from just, you know, not saying like harsh things to others, to you know, carrying someone's groceries, or anything like that, you know, holding the door for someone, anything. So yeah, that's a good place to start, is just to be real about what you're feeling toward other people, and like doing whatever you can to make that happen. Is there a difference between big and small that people don't know about? Well, no, there's not, because big is big and small is small. But something interesting that could be seen as a difference is if people wouldn't expect, like, if you saw the word big, people wouldn't expect it to be like small, because when people think of something big, they're thinking of something like large, you know. And it's the same thing with something, you know, that's small. Something, even the word small, people wouldn't expect that to be put in a font that's big, because, you know, small is small. And an interesting fact about big and small is that the rapper, you know, there's a rapper who combined both big and small in his name, and that was Biggie Smalls. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of on that, you know, on that subject. What is my favourite British song ever? Well, I didn't even think it was like fair to have to choose just one song, because there's heaps that I like, and particularly, you know, pop music, British pop music. Like, I'm a huge fan, but probably my favourite British song ever. I mean, like, puts me on the spot to have to choose, but it's like, I would say it's like Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. And the reason that I like this song so much is that when the song came on the charts, I was at a low point in my life, and I just thought, when I heard it, I just thought, oh my gosh, what a lovely song, and like, what nice words. And then I saw the clip, and oh my goodness, to me it was like a fairy tale, and I don't even believe in fairy tales like at all. I believe in things that are real, but the dance on the clip and what the woman wore, it was like, oh my gosh, it was just like something that was, it was like surreal, to me, because it was amazing. Like, I just thought it was amazing, and I thought that the clip and the song were just like perfect. Like, it couldn't have been better. And I saw that Ed Sheeran, it hadn't even taken him long to learn the dance, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, what an amazing guy. What a great guy, and so yeah, I always enjoy listening to the song. I really like the clip, as I said, and yeah, I like singing the song too. So really, what's not to like about it? And to me, it's no surprise that that's my favourite British song, ever, like, so far. What is stronger, a big ladder or a big hug? Well, ladders are strong because they can carry the weight of a person, and obviously a person can scale the ladder and go to the top and get work done and do what they need to do. And then there's a hug, so many times when I've gotten a hug, like, it really has rejuvenated me, and it's made me, like, whether I've been happy or sad, like, hugs always feel good, and I've had hugs from, like, strangers when I've been talking about a situation that I've been in, and it has just, it means so much to me now, and even more so, like, when it happened. So to me, the answer to that question is obvious, like, a hug is stronger than a ladder, because a ladder, it has only a small amount of purpose, but hugs, they can be for any time, any moment, any occasion, any reason, and people actually, like, think about it after it happens. So hugs are much, much stronger than ladders, because what a hug does is it lets somebody know how you feel, and that you're, like, with them at that moment, and it really kind of, like, meets a need also. Like, a hug is just so good. Here's a question that probably has nothing to do with anything, but the question is, what does the fox say? Well, English people are known for, they like to go out and, like, get foxes or whatever it is that they do. They ride horses and they have, like, guns and stuff, and, they're going out to, like, get that fox. And I don't really know foxes. I don't know much about foxes, but what I do know that might not be along the lines of what is any kind of like knowledge about a fox is that they're part of the dog species. So something that a fox says is like that's, I mean, it's a horrible sound, but that's a sound that they make, and they make that sound like when they're hungry, you know, and they want to look for food. But it's not a sound that like everyone like can hear, you know, but they make that sound. Also, they make a sound like yeah, like that. And that just lets their pups know to come back from wherever they are. So as far as I know, those are the things that a fox says. So it's not just like the song says. Who do I think is the best looking guy in Britain? Well, the best looking guy in Britain is the guy who gets up each day, who you know, always puts on something nice, and you know, cleans himself up and does his hair, and you know, has a good like attitude toward life, and who goes out each day to make sure that you know, he does good things. And yeah, it's not like a specific person, but it is it's someone, you know, that, and that's what who the best looking guy in Britain is. And I actually like went out with well, only for a small amount of time, with a guy from Britain, and he was like, he always looked nice, you know, and he like spoke nicely, and yeah, he was funny. So if you have all those good things going on, then you're one of the best looking guys in Britain. Oh, who is the best person I know from Britain? Well, I don't actually know that many people from Britain. Even that I've like seen on a screen or anything like that, but probably someone who I like do admire from Britain, you know, people who know me would probably already know this, is like Jamie Oliver, because like, you know, I just consider him to be someone who has like paved the way for like culinary pursuits, and he is, to me, just like he just encompasses like, you know, a person who has become an achiever, because he's like a real person, you know, like when he makes food, it's like real food. He's nice to everybody, like he's friendly to everybody. He's good to his family, you know. He has had to overcome like setbacks from when he was small, you know, like yeah, so which other people would have, to other people would have become an obstacle that would have stopped them from doing so good in their life. But yeah, um, he's like my, yeah, he's the best person I know of, because um, he just is a good example, and he really has just like weathered the storm of like time, and he always is like current with what he does and what he makes, and I think it just has to do with the kind of person that he is, because yeah, not everyone can consistently keep coming up with like creative things that are always good. So yeah, that's it. So that's the end of my questions today, and I just want to say that I'm happy that British people exist, like I really am, because from the things that I've seen of them, like I just think like what an interesting people, and I'm happy to be part of something that is important to British people, and which is the monarchy. And I'm just really pleased to get to answer these questions, because it made me think about like the value of anything that I've learned until this day about British people. And once again, it gave me the appreciation that that people should have, for the Brits. And yeah, I'm really thankful for that. So thanks for being with me, everybody, and don't forget that it's always good to get behind what happens in your country, because it makes it so that so that no matter what, people know that there's someone there for them. So thanks